in response to you.
Number 7.
Hey, this is a quick responsive freehand tutorial for a trick called Kashaka. Now the basic vibe here is that you are transferring hands and kind of doing a little wrap, and then unwinding, transferring to another hand and doing a wrap. This is inspired by an instrument called Kashakas, which are usually 2 shakers on a string. Part of this wrap oftentimes ends up with kind of like a little dink and kind of little percussive thing, so that's where that's coming from. All right, so the way to first start this is basically to throw a breakaway and catch. You're going to interrupt the string about 3/4 down. So I'm gonna throw, grab about a quarter of length between my hand and the yo-yo, and then I am going to pull like that. At the same time, I am now going to let go of the counterweight, and the yo-yo is going to kind of pull the counterweight in a little bit, which is going to accelerate that wrapping. So it's going to be toss, catch. But when I catch, I'm going to let go, and this thing's going to fly around. Now, to accentuate that, I flip my hand. I take my hand when I catch it, and I rotate it slightly, which is going to, it gives me more control over that. Also, it's going to help me when I want to unwind. So when you catch, you catch and at the same time roll over. And it's kind of cool if the yo-yo and the weight are just like that. That's kind of what you want, in my opinion. You want it to hit and just hit just right. And so I've got this wrap around my hand. I'm holding the yo-yo like this, and I'm not holding the counterweight. The counterweight is just kind of like stalled here. So I just let go, and now I flip my wrist, which is going to send that counterweight, and I'm going to throw the yo-yo. I'm going to do basically a breakaway towards this way, this side, and I'm going to let the weight slide to my hand like that. So I toss with my throw hand. For me, that's right-handed. I'm going to catch with my free hand. I'm going to interrupt the string, bring it around, little stall, and then throw and throw. For me, once you're in there, you can kind of hold that as long as you want. But for me, it's all about just like on the lip of a half pipe, just stalling and then dropping back in. You're going around, you're stalling and throwing, stalling and throwing. And you'll probably find when it's time to do the other side, you struggle with it. I struggle with it. My right hand is my dominant hand. I'm gonna have an easier time catching it with my left hand, but that's just part of practicing it. Eventually you'll get it to where you can do it with both sides just as well. But obviously when you do your stall and throw it the other way, everything's just reversed. So now my free hand, my left hand, is going to throw a breakaway. My right hand, my usual throw hand, is going to interrupt the string about 3/4 away from the end of the string, and I'm going to pinch, let go of the counterweight, do everything just like we did with this side. And it should wrap around. And if it doesn't wrap around all the way, no big deal. You can usually kind of like fake it. Or if it wraps around too much, again, I kind of want it to be here, but if it goes like way beyond, that's not a big deal. It's just a little harder to toss. Right, so you saw my hand rotated, toss. And that is Kashaka. I hope you liked it. I am using a light blue weekender yo-yo. You want a nice, snappy, responsive yo-yo. A semi-responsive isn't gonna do you too well on this particular trick. You want something really snappy. So I'm using a weekender. And for a counterweight, I'm using these wooden yo-yos, these miniature wooden yo-yos that I'm going to have available on my site really soon. These are made in the USA, and they are about 9 grams. Really fun for responsive yo-yoing, for all sorts of counterweight yo-yo. The wood is very forgiving on your hand.
Modern response to
Number 7.